welcome back everyone to Medan. In case of gaming, it is okay to get angry, but at the same time, just remember to breathe. I was a little angry at the game last time for what happened with Junior, but you know, in the end, it is just a video game, and I don't like the choice that they made with that particular section, but you know, with all of these videos going up on YouTube and other platforms, maybe the makers will see them and factor in people's opinions in the future. Okay, load up, please. Thank you.
Wait by the radio.
Oh, I was like, why is it so quiet?
There might be some more gear down there we can use. I'm not going far. Just wait by the radio.
I'm gonna hang back here as well.
Yeah, you've been through some stuff. It's okay. And are you okay with those aspirin that he gave you? Oh God. Freaking no. This one I can do for some reason. Like that one I pass no problem every time. It's just for some reason with the rebreather I can't do it.
Stay by the radio. We need someone to keep listening.
Aye, aye, Cap.
I saw the big guy. He had the distributor cap. I gotta go after him.
Well, why didn't she just come down here in the first place then, instead of, you know, hanging out with Conrad at first? Now this is going to be really different because, again, I still have all 5 of them alive, and I've never gotten this far with all 5 of them alive.
This must have been what we just heard.
Right. This place is falling apart, man.
Oh no, what's that?
Doesn't matter.
What kind of winery was that?
Here.
I do think these guys are newer to the craft, so I don't know if they just didn't have time to re-record their lines, or... Yeah, show off that you're actually wearing shoes, Alex, compared with Fliss, who is not wearing shoes.
Crap. Look at that shit.
Look at what shit? Okay.
There he is.
You don't say. Going toward the galley. Okay.
Sure.
Well, one of us can anyway. Oh, shit, I almost missed that. Whoa, these are fast.
Oh, what?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Here.
I know he's freaking out because of the gas, I know. Well, that's one less problem to worry about.
I'll have to find another way around.
Okay, you do that. And the shared story, I think this is where you can get control of Fliss. and she has different secrets to look through. Oh, he's seeing Brad now. I get why. I get why he's seeing that. The thought of his brother being hurt and or dying would definitely scare him. Ugh, gross.
Fuck! Look at that. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Yep. This is definitely different from the first time where we had to fight him off. This time we just have to get some little rats off. No, don't hurt the rats. It's not their fault. Okay. Oh, I almost missed that. You're just freaking out, man. You're just freaking out. You're fine. Nope, nope, nope.
What? Who are you?
Oh, geez, you are really freaking out, man. Nope. Do nothing. Do nothing. Do nothing.
Hey, it's okay. Fliss.
Right. If I had stabbed the creature, I would have stabbed her. And you know what's weird? In one possible scenario of that moment, it was Olsen that he was seeing. So it's like, well, obviously you're not going to stab Olsen. You know he's dead. So I'm not sure what you do to make that happen, to make Alex see Olsen instead of that creature. Oh, they're all safe. They're all alive. Thank God. We did it. Now let's see what's going to happen. I know this is a super short episode, but...
All right.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Uh-huh. Let's get the hell out of here. Please. Oh, thank God. We did it, everybody. We made it out safely. Nobody died. Well, Junior died, but I tried to help him. Okay, let's see what happens here. Because I've never gotten all 5 of them out safely before. So let's see what they all talk about at the end.
That fucker that took our boat, thought there was gold. He wanted the gold. That's all this was about.
Right. That's
Venturing
stupid.
Gold. Well, that turned out to be quite a bit different than we expected.
Uh-huh.
Someone else. But they looked just like Alex, and he was sneering at me.
Fucking rich kids. So, does anybody else feel like knocking back Frosty? This guy. Yeah.
Are you an alcoholic? All of your problems seem to be solved with alcohol. But I don't blame you for wanting a beer after that. It still seems kind of a lackluster ending, even with all 5 of them out safely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All your charges are still breathing, and that's something,
Yeah.
I suppose. Things became a little intense, but Alex kept his nerve. Well
Right.
done, Alex. Well done, you.
Thanks.
It's all about decisions, isn't it? Decisions made in a hurry, in a panic.
Well,
made with
I
the
wasn't-
heart instead of the head.
I wasn't in a
or
panic because I
vice
knew what was
versa.
going on this time.
Sometimes those decisions take a long time to have repercussions.
Yeah.
But there are repercussions. There are always repercussions.
Right.
Till we meet again. Maybe in Little Hope, maybe somewhere else.
I hope, Little Hope. Actually, I'm wondering if it's going to show me
We
the
will meet again.
clip because I didn't find the picture this time.
Inevitable.
Okay, so since I ranted last time, I'm just going to talk about the game in general this time. Visuals are actually really good. Sometimes they're not great, you know, like especially but overall really good. Like when we first get to the ship, that looks awesome. Like the barnacles and stuff on the side, that looks amazing. And the water effect is really good. The music, it's a lot of quiet moments, but like the opening song, what they do, the different version of Oh Death, that is awesome. That's such an awesome song. And yeah, I like all the quiet moments because that fits in with the atmosphere. The villains are kind of meh, but whatever. Olsen was probably the only one that was even really a threat. Yeah, like the other two you barely interacted with. All the characters, they're good. They still have defined personalities, and the way that they interact off each other is still good sometimes. Again, I feel like a lot of these guys are newer to acting, you know, professionally. So that's why sometimes it seems like their acting is a little stilted, or the way that they say certain lines, it feels kind of like, was that the first take, you know? But I also feel like this had a lower budget than Until Dawn. And I feel like, you know, because they're pumping these out like 6 months apart, so even with that though, it's gotta be taking them a long time to get this done, because they still have to mocap the actors making every permutation of movement, so that when the game's doing, like if you make, you know, Conrad's head go up or down, left, right, or go forward, backward, all that stuff. It's a little clunky sometimes, but that's sort of what Until Dawn was as well. It was a little clunky sometimes too, where you the way that they walked was a little not quite fluid. And it got pretty glitchy sometimes. Like the game kept freezing. You saw like for like half a second.
Take a moment to reflect on. Think of all the things in your life that you
But
slept on.
the overall experience is still fine. I still like this game. I don't love it, but I still like it. I don't really like that it was just, you know, the bioweapon and that was all there is to it. But I still think that it built it up really well, because for a while, if I wasn't going around finding all the secrets, then I would have been more unsure, you know what I mean? Because I found that secret with them talking about it, and I mean, it was like, oh, really? Is that all there is to it? Once I found that, I understood what was happening. If I hadn't found all those pieces that were, you know, linking together, then yeah, I would have been more like, what happened? Was supernatural? And I would have been stuck on the ritual stuff. Okay, so let's see what this end scene is like. Because Alex told the military our coordinates, and that we knew the name of the ship, so he's still alive. But when we were with him earlier, oh, there they are. Huh. So us telling them,
Whoa. What the hell is this?
don't you guys know? Huh. Weren't you told what you were doing when you got here? Your faces are coming up. Oh, it is showing it again. Okay.
I just saw someone in the woods.
Whoever it was.
That looks like Will Poulter a little bit. I wonder if it is.
Okay, very good. Who's there?
I fashioned her with my own hand.
So Andrew and Angela. I hope the curator is in that one. I hope he's in all of them. That would be so cool. And I'm wondering, since that one looks like it's focusing on witches instead of bearings, what is it going to change to something else, or is that going to be a theme throughout? And he's going to talk about the moral compass again, because the whole thing about the compass makes sense for this particular one because we're on the ship. So let's just review the everything I found, because I don't think I found them all this time, but I found them all in general. So this is weird to me. So, okay. Plain sailing shows distributor cap breaking, which we don't want to happen. High and dry shows Brad alone, which we wanted to happen. This shows Fliss hallucinating Brad as a hooded figure, which we did not want to happen. This one shows Julia yelling at them to stop drowning each other, which we did want to happen. This one shows the military coming in, which we did not want to happen. This one shows you crushing Olsen, which we didn't get to that scene this time, but that's what we wanted as the ending of his story. This one is, I figured out what this is. At the very beginning, when they're showing when they're doing the barbecue, and she's freaking out, going, "Oh no, I have to go up and help them." If you choose to decompress early, she dies at the end because of decompression sickness, and that's what this is. This is her dying of decompression sickness, whatever. Cut and run. That is a possibility, and you saw what happens if you do that. This one, now that makes sense. We actually played that out now, where if you miss all the QTEs running away from Olsen, and then Julia gets stalled by Conrad, then Alex gets stuck. And then this one is Cut Your Jib, which can happen if Fliss is still hallucinating when she runs into Brad, and if you gave her the knife, then that's how this happens. Like, it makes it look like it's a ghost or something stabbing him. It's just her thinking that he's a demon. But because I didn't even pick up the knife, and because I made sure that she got fresh air, she saw him as himself. Okay, this one I read you can only get through the shared story or the curator's cut. I don't have the curator's cut, unfortunately, so I have to wait for it to be available to everyone, which I read that they will do. Loose cannon. If it's Brad and Julia, he'll shoot Julia and kill her. So it's not a good thing that he's killing himself, not at all. But it doesn't even show him doing that. It just shows him killing himself. So I don't even know how that's supposed to help you. But almost all of these are showing someone dying, except for this one. Like, you can get him away. You saw me do that, so I'm not sure why that's showing as a possible... I mean, I know why, because you can do it if you fail. It's just weird that all the rest of these are definitely showing someone dying, and this one is just a possibility. Like, they're all possibilities, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not showing him actually taking the shot. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just weird. Whereas these are like half and half. Half of these are possibilities you do not want, and half of these are possibilities you do want. So this one is really weird. All these white ones are like, you come across this and you're like, oh, I want the military to help me. But you don't want that to happen, because the military, like, you're on their secret, bioweapon boat. So telling them your coordinates and telling them the Iran's name, and then having this happen, forces you to stay on the ship, and then they'll come and they'll kill you because you know their secret. So, and like, these three are all ones you want, high and dry you want, yeah. So it's weird. And then this is a preview of next time, which that looks like Andrew, and that looks like someone hanging themselves. So, a little hope. So that's something to look forward to. I didn't unlock every special feature, but... So, let me just talk more about the game. Like I said, I like all the main characters. You don't really get to spend much time with them together. I'm sure this will play differently if it's a shared story, because then, like every time there's two of them, like that last moment with Alex and Fliss, one of you plays as Alex and one of you plays as Fliss, so you get to see a slightly different angle on things. Or at the very beginning when it's Brad and Alex, you just have different dialogue options and you see stuff from different angles. So I really 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 want to see that in play. I really want to see the shared story in play, because this game is so short. It still has a lot to it, which I like, that there are multiple ways of going about things with such a short game. Like, for example, I got Conrad out on the speedboat right away. But if you don't let that happen, if you let him stay with you, then you get all these new scenes. You get him being chased by the sailor girl who gets progressively older and more scary looking. You get him, I don't know, just hanging out with everybody, and you get to see his reaction at the end rather than him coming back with the Coast Guard and then freaking out alone on the ship. So in that sense, yeah, this is definitely the best ending that you can get. All of them are out safely. All of them are together. None of them are trapped alone on the hallucination boat. I mean, the military still came, but we were gone by then. So overall, I still like this. It's short enough that you can play around with it and do different stuff. You can, I still haven't gotten them all taken out, but now that I've had that thing where Alex tells them the name of the ship, I can. So I'm gonna try and do that on my own. I've gotten them all down to just Alex. I've gotten it where just the men survive. I haven't gotten the one with just the women yet. But they basically just talk about, the deaths. Like when it was just Alex, it was down to Alex and Julia, and they were talking about their brothers, and then she died from the bends. So, oh, it was so bad, guys. It was so bad. But anyway, so it's still kind of fun just to see what kind of different things you can do with this game. But overall, it's good. I kind of wish that I do kind of wish there was an actual supernatural element to it rather than them just hallucinating. But maybe I feel like that was the point, that it made you think that there was a supernatural element when it really wasn't. So it was subverting your expectations. But at the same time, this is coming from the guys who did Until Dawn, whereas like this whole time you're thinking there's a supernatural element in play. And spoilers, at first it seems like, oh, it was just one of the group, scaring the others. But then you find out there actually is a supernatural element with the Wendigos. So I feel like I was kind of hoping that something like that would happen here, where you think it's a supernatural element, then you think, oh, it's just this, but then it's like, surprise, it actually is a supernatural element, but that never happened. But in any case, I'm gonna leave the series here. I don't know if I'll come back when I get the curator's cut, because it does show different scenes and stuff, but I don't know how different it is. So either way, thank you so much for watching and listening to all my rants and thoughts about the game. I still recommend playing this. It feels like it's a little too expensive for how short it is, but it does feel like I got my money's worth with it. It was $30, but there was enough differences in all my different playthroughs and the different stuff you could do with it that I feel like I got my money's worth. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys come back to watch more of my videos, and I'll see you then. Bye.